Welcome to Palmyra Farm. I'm Mike Creek. This is my mother Mary. We're here in Hagerstown, Maryland. We're a 100-cow dairy farm. We specialize in Ayrshire cattle, and we'd love to show you around.
The farm was originally developed and purchased by my grandparents, and then my parents after that bought the farm from them. And then my brother and I have taken over the farm since our parents have passed. So we've been working just over 70 years together as a family to do this. We have lots of family members, children, some grandchildren that come in and help on weekends and whenever we need them to help us get things done.
Here at Palmyra, we keep a variety of breeds of registered dairy cattle for local 4-H'ers and other people that enjoy owning cattle or have a history owning cattle. This is one of our brown Swiss. She's about 2 months old. We also have red and white Holsteins, and she's back in her pen there, and black and white Holsteins as well, which is the most common breed that everybody sees. And here's one of our black and white Holsteins there. Ayrshires are our heritage breed though, the breed that we've grown up with, the breed that all the generations here at Palmyra Farm have had. And we really love our Ayrshires, and these are our own. Most of them carry our prefix, which means that they have the Palmyra Farm name as part of them. We've been breeding them here for generations and generations. And if you ask the right people, they'll know who all their parents are, back to grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents. So really love our Ayrshires here at Palmyra. We also have Jerseys that we've started keeping for people. Really love Jerseys. They're a different type of cow altogether just because of their size and their attitude and personality. But it's great to have different breeds here and different types of cattle, and that way we can have different people in working with their cattle, and they maintain a touch with agriculture. So once the calf is born, they're fed that first feeding of colostrum. That's really important just to build their immunity and keep them healthy. My mother Mary is the main calf feeder here at Palmyra Farm. She starts feeding the calves at 5 in the morning, and then again at lunchtime, and then their final feeding is about 5 or 6 then at night. So after the calves are weaned, they're taken out of their hutch and put into group housing pens. We start with some smaller groups so they get used to the other calves being in the pen with them, and they continue the hay and grain and the water that we started them on in the hutches. As they get older, they come up here to the calf barn, and we start to put them in a couple larger groups, maybe add another calf or two, so they get used to, again, a little larger group and a little bit more competition. They stay on the grain and the hay and the free choice water, and they get as much hay as they can eat between feedings of grain. As they mature and they get closer to about 3 to 4 months, we start introducing some TMR, or total mixed ration, to them. And that gives them something that they can eat every day. They also still get a supplement of 20% protein grain. And of course, always have water and fresh bedding in the barns to keep them healthy and dry. So our cows are housed here at Palmyra Farm in an open freestall housing, and majority of the day, 14 hours a day, they're out on pasture. So they have free choice of their stall in the barn, or they get to choose to go out to pasture and eat fresh grass. In April and May and June, when the weather's really good and the grass is really growing, you can hardly keep a cow in the barnyard. And during the wintertime, they much prefer to stay under a roof or somewhere where the wind isn't blowing, but we always make sure that they have the option to get out and get onto the pasture all year round, just so they can get their exercise. Exercise is good for them for blood flow and to keep them healthy and looking and working as best they can. So a legacy that I would like to leave my daughter is probably just to give her and her cousins the same opportunities that we were given here at Palmyra Farm. Man, you guys are killing me here. Just to give her the same opportunities that we had to grow up in the industry, to grow up in this type of lifestyle, one where you have responsibility not just for yourself, but for all your animals, for all the people and the product you put out, just so she has those same opportunities, the same possibilities that we all had to find a life in the industry, whether it's working here back at Palmyra Farm or doing something else in the agricultural or dairy industry. We kind of joke, my brothers and I, that we'd like to, we'd like to leave some big shoes to fill, just like that were left for us. Our parents are pretty amazing cattle breeders and dairy farmers, and just trying to keep on the Palmyra tradition.
Family is what got us to this point. Family is what keeps us going every day. Family is the thing in our lives that is the most important. If one of them continues the farm, that would be fantastic, but we want them to be happy with the jobs that they have, and the amount of work and the aspects of dairy farming that make it a everyday 365 day of the year job. You have to have those qualities to do it, and you have to have a love for it. So those are some of the things I think that I hope that our children have and can pass on to the next generation.
Thanks for checking out our farm and spending some time with us, and see you next week.